welcome to the Diary of an Inventor. Today I'm here with Wayne Draper, the inventor of the R1R2 link. Do you want to just give me a bit of background information about yourself and what do you do?
Yeah, I've been involved in the electrical industry for a long time, so electrical engineer by trade, that's my apprenticeship and my degree. Now I work as a lecturer in a local college, delivering electrical installation qualifications.
Cool. So the R1R2 link has been really popular this year, but can you tell us what actually is it, what does it do, and why did you kind of invent it, what problem did you have?
The R1R2 link is designed for continuity testing. So when we're checking continuity of CPC, standard practice is to remove the conductors from the board and link them out and then test the accessories along the circuit. So the idea behind the R1R2 link is to make the testing less invasive. So instead of removing conductors, you can actually link them out from the terminal of the protective device to the earth bar. The idea came from just watching lots of people testing really, particularly through things like the level 3 inspection testing qualifications such as a 2391. One of the things I've come across in my time as a lecturer and assessor is the amount of damage that gets done to the assessment rigs. So the idea was to try and take that damage away to make sure that the learners had high quality boards to work on, and also to save the colleges and training centres where I've worked some money. Once the product was launched, it was really well received by the industry, and it moved from outside of the training facilities then into the wider world of work, and lots of electricians started to use it and want to buy it, and it's just gathered momentum from there really.
So it's obviously really useful for like your application in colleges and things like that. So how can electricians use the R1R2 link on a day-to-day basis to save time and things like that?
I think for an electrician, it can be quite frustrating if you spend a lot of time dressing a consumer unit, making the terminations look as neat as possible. A lot of electricians take a lot of pride in that work, and then to have to undo that and start removing conductors for testing can be a little bit frustrating. So that's a big help there, taking that one step away from new work. So if you're performing an EIC, for example, there's a use there. But another use would be on an EICR. So if you're doing a periodic inspection and test, then you can be a lot less invasive of that electrical system by having to not having to take conductors out to the terminals and risk any further damage, which you would have to put right essentially.
So looking at the R1R2 links, I've noticed that the ends are screwdriver bits, so I can see a PZ1 and a PZ2 bit. Is there a particular reason behind that?
Yeah, it all comes down to surface area. So by using the screwdriver heads, it gives an increased surface area, so that in turn gives a lower resistance. So what this then does is guarantee that the resistance across the connection is as low as possible. What we strive to get was less than 0.01 of an ohm, which is negligible then, and that's what the R1R2 link is based on really, so that you can use the product with confidence and you're not going to add any resistance to your measurements because of the way that it's been designed.
Okay, so in the pack you get a red lead and a yellow lead. What are the difference between the two for daily use?
So the red lead comes with a PZ2 bit, so that will fit your standard MCBs, and the PZ1 is the yellow lead, so that will fit now with more modern products such as RCPOs and AFDDs. So we're catering for all the products that are available on the market now.
Right, okay. One thing I have seen online are people worrying about the strength of the magnets. Are the magnets strong enough to be confident in your work when you're testing?
Definitely, the design of the product is to rely on the shape of the screwdriver head. So as long as you seat that within the terminal, then it's almost strong enough to stay on its own really, and the magnet just gives that extra little bit to hold it in place. So from all our extensive testing, from all the feedback we've had from industry, there are no issues with increased resistance across the terminations, and that's something that we're very comfortable with and confident within the product.
Brilliant. And so I know before you started working with Superrod, you were making the R1R2 link by yourself. What made you make the jump and start working with Superrod rather than making them yourself?
It just comes down to scale really. I think I took the product as far as I could go around my day job and around my family. So I needed to develop a partnership with somebody who could take the product on and further develop it for mass manufacturing and hopefully try to hit more of a global market with the product as well. So that was the most enticing thing with Super Rod.
Yeah.
An established brand, manufacturing facilities quite close to where I live, which has been really helpful. But not just that, the reputation of the company also. So there were a lot of factors which drew me to Super Rod, and it's been a brilliant experience so far.
Yeah, the product definitely fits with the Super Rod range, and I'm sure you've saved a lot of time now from making them in your kitchens. So what's next for you in terms of product and developing ideas, or are you just gonna take a seat back now and carry on with your day?
Well, always looking, always thinking. So there's a new product in development at the moment, which we will be hoping to launch towards the end of this year. It's another testing based product. Won't say too much about that at the moment, but that's on the horizon. Currently looking at maybe some products that could help testing within renewables. There's solar PV is a huge expanding market, so there's some ideas that I'm kind of looking at with that. So yeah, definitely not sitting still. There's always room for development and room for new ideas. So watch this space, I guess.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you, Wayne, and thanks for watching the Diary of an Inventor.